have to start?
Oh, hey, we're ready to start. Okay, my name is Inga Cotton, and this is Charter Moms Chats. And I go online at 9 a.m. on weekdays to talk about what families are experiencing as we try to keep our kids educated and learning and happy while a lot of things are closed and there's a lot of constraints on what we can do. So this summer we have a guide called Charter A Summer of Learning, and we have lots of different learning activities. Today we're featuring dance, and we have some special guests. We have Vanessa Bessler, who's she's the founder and artistic director of the Children's Ballet of San Antonio and also Dance Center of San Antonio. And she has a really distinguished career. If you click on the link in the description of the video, it'll take you to the blog post that Vanessa wrote, and there is her bio, which I can barely scratch the surface, but she's danced all around the world, from Panama, and she's studied in Europe at Milan and all these amazing schools. And what's also remarkable is that here in San Antonio, through the Children's Ballet of San Antonio, she has helped dancers themselves to launch their careers at amazing places around the world. And so in addition to talking to Vanessa, we also get to talk to two of her dancers, Arabella, who's in the studio with Vanessa, and then also Kate Thomas, who is at home, and she'll be joining the stream a little bit. Hey, there's Arabella in the background. Hey, so here's what we've got in store. We've got we're going to talk with Vanessa about dance and about how kids can keep growing their passion for dance even during the pandemic. And we're also going to see some demonstrations from the wonderful dancers of Children's Ballet of San Antonio. So Arabella Alvarado, who's in the studio, and Kate Thomas, who's from her home. So thank you, Vanessa. And I feel like you have such an amazing background, and I can't even express it in the video, but I hope people will click through to the blog post and read about your background. And so tell us about Children's Ballet of San Antonio and Dance Center of San Antonio, and what you hope to accomplish with those organizations here in San Antonio.
Thank you so much for having me today, Inga. It's an honor to be speaking to all the moms here in San Antonio. I'm very proud of the organizations that I have founded here in San Antonio 5 years ago. One of them is the nonprofit organization, the Children's Ballet of San Antonio, which is a platform to launch young dancers to the professional career, where we give opportunities from early age of 3 to 19-year-olds to be on professional level productions that take place on top theaters in the city, full ballet productions like Swan Lakes, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty. And I'm very excited, very grateful for the community of San Antonio, because we have been very successful for the past 5 years. And with this organization, we also take the arts to all socioeconomical levels and all areas in the city. We do about 50 community outreach events in the year. And we are a little bit slow this year because of the pandemic, but nevertheless, we don't stop in the studios to keep training, and either in person or online, however is easier for everybody. And then I also founded a parallel organization that is the Dance Center of San Antonio, which is solely dedicated to train dancers in different disciplines of dance, from ballet to jazz, hip hop, musical theater, Irish, anything related to dance. And we are very blessed of the wonderful talent that we have come in here, and that we have been able to launch to major schools like Dutch National Ballet, Royal Ballet. This summer we have series of dancers invited to Opera Paris, Royal Ballet, Bolshoi, Baganova Academy, which is our top schools in the world. So very excited for what is fresh.
I've been in the past. I've been to the performances of the Children's Ballet of San Antonio, and they are just gorgeous, and it's remarkable to see dancers of all different ages on stage, right? It's like, so there's soloists who are about to launch their careers, who are dancing at a very high level, but you include the young children as well, even if they, sort of totter to the end of the stage and try to steal the show, and also it's an inclusive program. So sometimes there are dancers with physical differences, right? So they may be needing assistive technology like a wheelchair, but they're still on stage and they're still included, and maybe they have big butterfly wings with their costumes. So that's something that's close to my heart. I think it's remarkable that that's part of the program.
Thank you. Yeah, we are fully inclusive organization, and we include artists with disabilities as a big part of what we do. And even in the school, we also offer training for them.
Yeah. So I am so thankful that let's see, I'm going to add the link here, but this is our landing page for the Charter of Summer of Learning activities, and I'm so happy that we get to include dance as one of these activities. So in the blog post, you talk about there's recommendations for different ages, right? Like activities that families can do with very young children, whether it's moving to the music. There are some exercises that maybe intermediate dancers could do, and then also things for the advanced dancers. But I want to ask you about sort of like during COVID, like how are the dancers at the Dance Center of San Antonio still practicing, right? So some of them still come to the studio, and then some of them are practicing from home. But tell us more about how the dancers are adapting to this.
Yes, Inga, we adapted immediately. We were the first studio that closed it once we went in quarantine, and we moved everything immediately to online classes via Zoom. And we did all our classes, same exact schedule, level by level. We didn't combine, we sustained the same schedule that we had in the year for all the classes, but we moved it Zoom, and we gave instructions to the dancers at home, to use a chair, to use an ice rail, even opportunities to get bars, to buy small house bars, and about the 10 by 10 square foot area in the house. And the families were very accommodating on finding the space that the kids could dance. And we were actually, the faculty, we were very impressed with the progress and the tenacity of the dancers at home within all the stress and all the locomotion that was all this happening. And they are young children and going through a lot through academics, going also online. But they did amazing, and they were so dedicated at all levels, from the itty bitties to the older ones, from the hip hop dancers to the ballet dancers. And we were very pleased to how we did all that quarantine time without missing any class. We, of course, it's never the same experience as in the studio, but we accommodated the curriculum to fit at to the limitations that the dancers had at home. After the city started opening the business, we opened on May 23, and now all our classes are offered in person and also simultaneously via online. And we had a wonderful first 6 weeks of summer, and we are planning on going another 6 weeks. But we had to do a lot in the studio to accommodate to the pandemic. We did things like we removed all the social areas furniture. We put stickers in the floor to delineate where the kids could be and not be, and the appropriate social distance. When you will see in the studio, we separated areas of 10 by 12 per dancer, so they have enough a large space to dance. We all using masks and glove and street shoes are not allowed in the studio. So we are asking the families. I'm so grateful and for our community, dance community, because we require the families to not send children to the studio if they were suspicious of any sort of exposure, if they were in crowds without using masks and the appropriate measurements. So we hadn't have any case in the staff, in the teachers, and in the students in these 6 weeks. So I feel that somehow the measurements that we're taking, especially the wearing of the mask, is working in our favor. Nevertheless, we have all the classes online, and we have almost equal amount of dancers in the studio and online, so to accommodate to everybody's comfort. comfort zone. But yeah, if you wear the mask, it helps a lot.
Yeah, wearing the mask. Yeah. And so and so if families are interested in introducing their kids to dance, they can visit the website, right, to sign up. And there will be classes in July.
We have classes all summer long. You can come 1 day, 2 days, at many days a week, and to many disciplines. We also are offering to the community a free class for 6 and 7-year-old on July 15. That will be a limited spot in person and also available online because, with the younger dancers, still more careful. We have to be even more careful. And we are only taking 6 students in that age level per class when we used to do like 15. Now we're only taking 6 to be able to accommodate. But online, we can take as many as 25. So very excited about, the very blessed to be able to continue dancing through the summer, and the support of the community to the arts.
Yeah. Well, can you tell me more about the activities in the blog post and what right, because like our purpose with I'll fly it up here again, but the Charter Summer of Learning, the goal is that like we find that, well, we're in the typical summer, we would be visiting lots of places and going to lots of events, and we can't do that this summer. But we don't want to feel bored, and we don't want to feel hopeless. Like we want to make the most of our family time and keep learning. And so that's why, like, we're bringing in guests like you to talk about activities. And so we're encouraging families to, if they're curious about dance, they can start to try some of these things at home, and maybe when it's safe again, or when they feel comfortable, then they can bring their kids to in-person classes, right? But these are some things that they can safely do at home now. So tell me about the activities that are in the blog post. Also, you recorded some videos to demonstrate some of these movements, and so those are embedded in the video, so in the post. So thank you very much. And then talk about some of the benefits that young dancers get from doing this kind of practice.
Yes. First of all, in the post, I list a lot of activities depending by age. At an early age, and even starting since they are baby, I highly encourage parents to dance with their children. Dance with their young children to the rhythm of many musics. Every music is different, and let them explore the movement and realize that the music is always telling you steps, inviting you to move somehow. It doesn't matter how you move, it's that you start learning to move with the music. Then as you get older, you can start using, there is a lot of material online to every age level. Once you start being 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-olds, it's a good time to start formal education in dance. And in the blog, I said a couple of the most basic exercises that they can practice at home safely. But besides that, they also can continue their creation process at home, and they can take those steps and put it together and be creative and dance to the music. We also have available pre-recorded classes that they can acquire later. They are not out yet, but they will be soon. And they can follow along at home without needing to have to come to the studio. Then when you are a little older, you pass to intermediate level, and there is other humongous amount of material online, from warm-ups to conditioning exercises to ballet classes. I included a couple of steps again for that age level. They need to have some sort of knowledge on dance previous to that, but they are pretty safe to do at home. And then from there, they can continue also their creative movement. Through our contemporary classes, we do a lot of exploration of movement, and it's more organic, following the natural movement of the body. So there is all this, as long as you have music and a creative spirit and a happy spirit to dance at home, there is many things to do.
I think the beauty of the performances for Children's Ballet of San Antonio, it comes from, I can see where it comes from, because like you're teaching the dancers to be strong and to have good technique, but you're also teaching them to be in tune with the music and to find the joy and the beauty and to bring all those elements together. And I think now I understand more. Like, I've always enjoyed the performances, but from reading your post and from talking to you, I understand more like how these elements come together. And I'm excited to see talk to and see some movement from your dancers in your program. So how about we're going to go to Kate, right? We'll bring her into the video, and then after that we can go to Arabella, who's in the studio with you. So Vanessa, do you want to introduce Kate, and then I'll add her to the, we'll do Brady Bunch mode here. Okay. But then how about Vanessa can introduce Kate, and then I have a few questions for Kate, and then Kate's going to do a little bit of dance for us, but I will full screen Kate when it's time for her to dance. Okay, go ahead, Vanessa. Introduce Kate.
Yes, Kate is a wonderful 15-year-old ballerina. She has been dancing under my tutelage for about 9 years. And she is naturally very gifted, but she works really hard and is very dedicated. And she has been awarded first place in regional competitions for 3 years in a row. And she had been on top 24 list in the world of top 24 dancers, invited 2 years in a row to dance at the Lincoln Center in New York. This year she was invited to finals again, but it got interrupted because of the pandemic. But we are so excited because Kate had been the privilege to be invited to one of the top schools in the world, that is the Royal Ballet School, to continue her studies for a year long.
That's really wonderful. Okay, so Vanessa, it's okay. I'm gonna pull you out of the screen for just a moment so I can talk to Kate. Okay. So Kate, thank you so much for joining us on Charter Moms Chats from your home. So I wanted to ask you just some quick questions. So do you have advice for young dancers who are maybe just getting started and they like to play, but they have dreams of dancing at some of the amazing places that you're getting to go? So what's your advice for young dancers?
Yes, like I remember being thrown into ballet so young and not thinking anything of it. And like I just really fell in love with it. And I guess if you love it so much, then you should keep going. And it's like really hard sometimes, especially when you're young and you see a lot of other kids doing a lot of other stuff. Like maybe they're playing soccer. You can still play soccer, but if you really love it, I think really focusing on it, because it's brought me to places where when I was 7 years old, I never thought I could go at all.
Yeah, that's amazing. Okay, well, so what are some of the benefits of dance? So you've put so much dedication and so much time into, becoming a really world-class dancer, but has it benefited you in other areas of your life, like in your academics or, sort of discovering who you are?
Yes, it really taught me time management, especially in like the later school years. My mom would always say like, okay, you have to come home from school, try to get as much work done, go to ballet, and then come back and do more work and repeat it all again. I didn't have a lot of time to just kind of mess around, I guess. It's taught me a lot of discipline for sure. It's brought me all over the world. It's crazy to think that I've been to New York so much. Like some people never go, and I've been a lot. And it teaches you a lot of things, not only how to just like move your body really gracefully, but strength, and it's great exercise, and it just keeps you very healthy. And it teaches you how to really focus in and love what you're doing and really try hard at something.
Yeah, those are lessons I think that a lot of people can identify with. So just like finding your passion and getting that pride that comes with excelling at it. I thought that's something I wish for everyone to find in their life, whether it's dance or coding or or football or
anything.
whatever their passion is, whatever they love. Yeah. Okay, so well, tell me about what I know that things are a little different because of coronavirus, but like what are some of the things you're excited about being able to study and go to other cities in the world? You can comment on like how how things are a little different because of COVID, but but there still are things you're looking forward to. So what's in the future?
I mean, one day this will all end. It'll all be over with, I hope. And there's a lot to look forward to. I really like when I travel and go places, I really like meeting new teachers and styles of dance per se. Like when I go over to London, I learn things that we don't do necessarily in my home studio, but it's not wrong. It's just different because you every day during the school year I'll do our home training, and then when I go other places and meet new teachers and new techniques, it's just really cool how you can just soak it all up and like learn new things, basically just learning great new things. And then I love meeting new people, new friends. I still keep in touch with a lot of people, and my parents are very confused. They're like, how do you know these people? And I'm like, I just meet them along the way. Like, it's just fun. And yeah, just always learning more. It's an activity where it's always about learning more, and it's what I look forward to when I go to other places.
Yeah, I think dance has given you a really broad perspective about the world, and right, and you can see dance from, how lots of different teachers are perceiving it. So that's given you just such a great foundation for your career. I really wish you all the best. So now can we transition into can you demonstrate some some moves for us? Okay. I can see Vanessa off screen is smiling. So is it okay? I'm gonna kind of solo you on the screen here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let me move this chair out of the way. So you can basically hold on to anything you want and wear whatever you want. So like here is my bed post, and you can really just do quite whatever you'd like. But what I typically do to start is like definitely stretch a lot. I've not always been the best with this. I've definitely had to been told to stretch, but I think what's super easy is to just start out with some plies. And this is how you start like basically any class. Here, let me show you my feet a little bit better. And then, so you start in this first position, and it's basically just an exercise where you bend your knees. So you're like this. You start and you plie, and you can do multiple. And this is just like one of the easier steps for anybody to do, really. And I can do it right here by my bed. And then you do these in like multiple positions and lots of other things. So that's just super simple. And ballet is kind of like you add on through the class. So like obviously you're not going to start with your hardest moves first. So you kind of start slow with exercises like these. And yeah, I don't know if Miss Bessler has anything in particular that she wants me to do, but
I'll bring her back in the we brought Miss Bessler back in the street. So Vanessa, do you have any suggestions and things you want Kate to show us?
That's
and then I can solo her on.
Kate had done a great job. We have Kate in the video showing later pliés and tendus as well that you can do at home. And I think if you're ready, we can move to the studio. I wanted, Inga, if you allow me to talk a little bit about the benefits of ballet. That
Sure.
that Kate said so many things, like the discipline and the time management. But for me, ballet is a discipline that, and dance in the general, I feel like every children in the world should have the opportunity to practice any of the disciplines in dance, because it helps you. It's something that you carry for life. What you learn now, it carries for life and help you nurture your body, mind, and soul. The chemistry of the exercises, and as Kate demonstrates, we start from slow to higher dynamics to bigger movements. So it creates a harmony in your body, mind, and soul. And it's a great start for the day. We have like many adult classes that start at 8:30 in the morning, and it's just like a cup of coffee that prepares you to have a wonderful day. It puts you in such a good mood, keep you fit and keep you healthy also in the mind, because there are studies that reflects that the study of dance keep your mind healthier. I'm counting on that because I'm very forgetful, but I'm counting on that. They said that it helps keep the brain healthy, and at the same time, just the excellent physical fitness, because especially ballet is the discipline that use all the muscles of the body. So it keeps you quite in shape, and at the same time allows you to enjoy a beautiful art as you exercise.
Yeah. Well, Vanessa, are there any other moves you would like Kate to show us from her room, or
do you have a space to do balance, tombe, pas de bourrée, arabesque, failli, pas de bourrée, pirouette?
Not really. I'm just in my room right now.
I think if we
Yeah,
move
Arabella for sure.
yeah, more. And I'm gonna adjust the camera so we can see her. Is that okay, Inga?
okay? So I'll do just the studio on the full screen.
Yes, Arabella, can we see you here?
Okay.
Yeah, we are seeing.
Yes, I can see Arabella. Okay.
So Arabella is gonna demonstrate with the music, very basic. You have in the blog 2 exercises in the bar. So now we're gonna do first exercise in the center, and we're gonna start with a combination called Tamblier. Play the music. In this moment, your body needs to be super long, and you're mixing demi-pliés with tendu and shifting of the weight. Okay, Inga, if we have time, I would like her to demonstrate. Can you come a little closer, Arabella? She's going to demonstrate a beautiful exercise. It's pas de valse with pas de basque. That is very simple, and you can do pretty much at any age at home.
Sounds great.
Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3. And if we have time, she can demonstrate a little solo.
Yes, go ahead.
Try to stay in the camera in this spot, start in the very, very back.
Wow. That was amazing.
Yes.
Wow.
Inga, I'm not sure if you know, but Arabella is a 12-year-old that had been 2 years in a row first place at regionals competition, and she had been 2 years in a row invited to New York City to perform in finals of the world. And also,
Wow.
this summer, these little young dancers have invitation to the top 5 schools in the world, which are the Royal Ballet, the Opera Paris, Bolshoi, the Vaganova Academy, and Princess Grace of Monaco. And some of those were full scholarships in the summer. So we are so proud of her as well, and looking forward to see how she evolved through her development in her career in dance.
Yeah, that is remarkable. I'm just so impressed. I think I want all the families in our audience to know about the Children's Ballet of San Antonio, whether, in the future when we're able to gather again for performances, to I like to take my children to appreciate classical music and beautiful dance of all these different styles, but also for families to be aware that, their children can learn dance, that there are these wonderful benefits to it, that in spite of the pandemic, they can study at home. They can, they can try it out with these activities and the instructions and the videos that you've put together for us. And they can also, sign up for, the Dance Center of San Antonio. I'll put the website up. They can sign their kids up for classes, and, whether they choose to do it in the studio with social distancing, or if they want to do it online, there's options to keep learning. And with all these benefits for kids that, like Kate said, we hope this ends soon, where we can go back to normal and the pandemic is over. But we can provide our kids with all these learning benefits, and dance is a great way to do that. So I'm going to bring Kate back into the stream. I'm so happy, Kate, that you were able to participate with us. And so I guess I wanted to give Kate and then Vanessa time for some closing thoughts. So Kate, do you have any closing thoughts you want to share with parents or with families or with children who might be watching this, or maybe they're getting excited about dance?
Yes. Put your children in dance and come dance, and it's so fun. And I love it. It's amazing. It's taught me a lot, brought me a lot of things, and it's great. And I hope this all ends soon so we can all dance together again.
Yeah. Yeah, I really miss going to performances. I miss going to theaters. That's one of the things that's been hardest for us about the pandemic. So we really enjoy watching beautiful dancers, like seeing your work on stage, and we look forward to that again soon. So thank you for being part of our Charter Moms chats this morning. Okay, so I'm going to bring in Vanessa for some sort of and thank you again so much for this blog post. There's so much rich information, and I really encourage families to visit it. The link is in the description of the video, so just click through and read it, share it, try these things at home with your kids. But Vanessa, what are your sort of closing thoughts or takeaways for families who are getting excited about dance?
I think now this is a great time to initiate your child in the world of dance. It gives them a complete outlet to do something that is going to provide an additional skill for life. Now that they have additional time, that we cannot go many places, it's something that you can do at home, and you can do at any age, and you can do even as a family, and will help the well-being of your kid at home, or your whole family if you decide to do it together. So this is something for body, mind, and soul in this very challenging time, and we're doing everything we can to provide something to hang from there and to enhance the day of everybody as we can. Also, don't forget the free class for 6 and 7-year-olds on July 15. And we are going to be giving a full scholarship that day for a very talented dancer during that class.
Yeah, so they can visit the website, and also on the Facebook page for Dance Theater San Antonio, you share information about opportunities like that, like the virtual classes, and yeah. Well, thank you so much, Vanessa, for being a part of this, and I'm really proud to share this with our audience. And I hope that the dance brings joy. Maybe we can start some new dance careers with this show.
Thank you, Inga. I'm really honored to be in your show.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're